Hey, I'm JM and I'm your host.
And I'm your co-host Sam, and together we're here to bring you the
The
Solo
Solo
Success
Success
Podcast.
Podcast. So, the reason why we're bringing this to you today is that the hair and beauty industry is moving fast towards a world of freelancers. Over 70% of people working in the space are freelance, and actually 48% of salons are looking to close within the next couple of years. So, there's a big opportunity for those who want to go solo. But what we found is that there wasn't any good resource out there to help you on your journey.
So on each episode, we'll be speaking to different industry experts and insiders, those that have been on interesting journeys and that have stories to tell, and they're going to be sharing their tips and advice on how you can elevate your solo beauty career.
I'm super excited. That's so awesome. Let's get into it. Welcome, Belinda Mindset. You are the founder of Belinda Mindset Education, a creator of motivational training cards for the hair and beauty industry. You've been in the industry for 28 years, so a very long time, and you had an award-winning salon for 18 years. So probably everything there is to
Yeah.
the industry. And you've created this. So the reason why we're speaking today is that you created a Habia endorsed mindset education program during lockdown. So that's super, super interesting. So I can't wait to learn more. And you've also been the BHBA Innovation Award finalist in 2022. So welcome to the podcast, Belinda. So great to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and great intro.
Oh, my pleasure. So I guess the way I want to start this is you've been in the industry for a very long time. What drew you to the industry in the first place?
Yeah. Um, I think I wasn't really academic at school, and I tried factory work, and I knew that there was just something in me that knew there was more. So even though I knew it wasn't an academic route, I knew there was more than just sitting there, not being allowed to talk, pressing a button constantly. Um, and then I kind of fell into the industry through a careers advisor, and straight away I was just blown away by the other stylists, being able to work your way up, being part of a team, the standards, like the authority around it. I was quite a lost teenager, so I think it was just exactly what I needed. And even though it was 3 years training back then, like, and it seems a long time when you're young, doesn't it? 3 years. But just having that goal, and I just remember really looking up to the other stylists and thinking, I can really be someone. I think I enjoyed the idea of having some sort of status within your community. Because I lived in a bedsit when I was 16, so I only ever had like £10 a week left for food or clothes. Um,
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, I just could see a better life for myself. Yeah, I could see a better life for myself and being a bit more respected. It's not nice, that feeling of people looking down on you. I really relate to people in the classroom where they feel like the least important. Like, I relate to that person.
I see.
Wow, that's
Wow.
an amazing story.
Yeah, thank you. So from there, so I trained to be a hairdresser. Then I met my best friend, who's still my lifelong friend, she's more like a sister now. And she just worked on cruise ships. So she came into my life, literally walked into the salon, and just such confidence. And I think you can really admire certain qualities in people. Um, and she inspired me to go on, give me the courage to go on. So I did that for a couple of years, and I thrived again in that environment. And that was another level of high customer service, and excellence, and being pushed to your absolute best every day. So even though it was really hard, it I really value. I think when you look back, you value those mentors, or the discipline, and I know how it's carried me right through. So that's how I've got a successful salon. It's been the basis for everything: the way the salon looks, the way I want make my clients feel, the way I teach. Um, and then, yeah, I've always valued apprentices. And then in lockdown, just before lockdown, I'd already started doing a lot of self development. I went and done my colour master degree with Weller when I was 40. because there's some times in your life where, obviously, I had a salon dead young. I was 27, and you're head down working hard trying to build your funds. And then it was only until I could relax a little bit that I had the time and the money to actually work on myself again. So I really believe in education, and we need to grow, don't we, to be happy as humans. And then, yeah, that personal development, I've always loved mindset. And then my passion for hair apprentices kind of came together, and I thought, right, I want to teach. And that's kind of where the brand started. But lockdown gave me the space to absolutely fly with it. Like, my friend was a graphic designer, she was furloughed. So we both had like over 20 years experience, and together we created, I'm really proud of my brand, like down to the logo, every tiny detail. I love it. Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
And can you explain for those that haven't maybe like heard of Belinda Mindset before, tell us what you do exactly.
Yeah, so I teach mindset skills to learners, but it's expanding. So it's also salon owners, teams, it can be ambassadors of a brand. What mindset is and how it can help you in 3 easy steps. And then I've also got loads of free resources on my website and motivational training cards. So they're industry knowledge and mindset together, because everyone loves a positive quote. But they've got 6 categories in the packs of cards. So it's everything from journaling, tasks, how to get ahead in the industry, basically like how to be successful, industry top tips, journaling, everything you need really to be mindful, present, grateful, and proactive. Yeah.
I love that. And it's specifically for people in the hair industry or just in the beauty industry in
So
general,
we've
or can
we've got
anybody?
nearly 150 cards in the hair industry. So general hair dressing, customer service, and then we've also got some colour education, because that's one of the biggest worries that a lot of new colourists have. And then we've also got nearly 100 cards in the beauty industry. And then because of the success of it, and I worked with children that were disengaged from school, so we've got a pack of cards for any industry as well. Yeah, so I do a bit of work with my local community hubs. They're franchising, so it's yeah, going all over the country in different directions. And then I've just recently launched Welsh motivational training cards, because I'm from Wales. Really proud of that. I live in the northeast now with my husband, but really keen to do more work in Wales. So yeah, they're bilingual cards. So yeah,
Oh,
you're
fantastic.
welcome.
Anyone can tap in. That's amazing. I feel like what's so lovely is your story of how you started. You were inspired by your different mentors, and now you've probably been such a big mentor profile in different people's lives, whether
Yeah,
it's in your community or the salons or through your cards. It's lovely. It's a lovely kind of story that you've taken
thank
from
you.
start to where you are now in your career.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely had a moment when I was working on my own personal development where you listen to lots of things, you do all the courses, and then you get really quiet. And I just remember every mentor that stood before me. And I did have that thought, like, I want to be that for someone else, even if it's just a moment. Because what if I didn't meet that person and I went a completely different path? So even going into, like, last week, I did 5 sessions for Newcastle College, and just sharing your story, just opening their mind to being able to go on cruise ships, just asking that question. It's just like just opening it up to, you can think outside of your hometown. Some people know straight away, they're like, no, that's not for me. And then others are like, actually, can I have, because I've got the direct contact with the recruiter, she lives in the northeast, she's done it for a really long time. So yeah, it's like there's just so much I've got to share, but even just that one thing, knowing that you can impact is really, really cool.
This is fascinating. And how do you go about opening someone's mindset? Like you go into these schools, where you talk about this. Like,
Yeah.
what question do you ask? How do you go about like kind of getting someone to think outside the box.
I know, and I really love it. And I think I know the value in my course, and it's completely different experience every time, depending on who's in front of you. You know, some adult learners might be really self-aware already, and some are just so stuck in negativity, and because that's a habit, isn't it? That's a habit, and so asking questions, and I think every course somebody will take something away that they need, and they don't know. I get a lot of, I knew I needed something, but I didn't know what it was, or like. So it's quite a process. It's called 3 Mind Steps to Success. So the first part of it is teaching them sort of affirmations, how to use them, how they work, the power of journaling and mind mapping. So how to problem solve. And I think a lot of the time we just think life's the way it is. We don't realize that we have control. So I love telling people, like, every single relationship you have, you bring their half and they bring theirs, and we can't control their half. So I think it's empowering people with the knowledge to actually take that weight off their shoulders, because we carry the world. And then the third part is how to take action. So I'm all about grabbing opportunities, say yes, figure it out later. And then the cards are basically everything in between. So the learn cards are probably my favorite. They're the golden nuggets of information. So you don't have to answer this, but I ask everyone that I meet, like, can you remember something you were taught and you've never forgot it and you always pass it on? And they're what I've collected. So they're not just mine, they're other people's as well. You can't rush experience. I always say to them, it's like, you can't wait to be 18, and all your friends might be 18 first, but you still got to wait. Yeah. You might get the fake ID, but you still got to wait your turn. Experience is like that, but you can learn little tricks to make you more focused or get ahead a little bit quicker and different, make it easier. Because you've got to enjoy the journey as well. But
Yeah, this is one of my favorite quotes. Actually, it's like it's not about the destination; it's about the journey. Like Nabs is my co-founder at Jenna. He kept talking about this book called The Monk and the Riddle. Have you heard of it?
I haven't heard that one, no.
It's so a fascinating book. So it's essentially this story. Very shortly. It's like this monk who kind of stops like a biker on the road, and he just hops on the bike and then goes with him. So then the biker goes with him, and then on the way back, he just asked him to hop on again. And he was like, what are you doing? Like, I just took you somewhere. I thought
Yeah.
you wanted to go there. And actually, it turns out he was really just enjoying the ride, like being on the bicycle, on the
Right.
bike, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And again, right, I always think the different people that you meet, the right books come to you at the right time, the right mentor comes to you at the right time. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I love that when people tell me books. I'm like, oh, I'll write that one down.
Yeah. And also, like, I think that what you talk about the experience is really spot on. Like, there's this theory that says that you need 10,000 hours at anything to
Mm-hmm.
master it.
Yeah.
So you can't rush that. Like, you have to go through
No.
your 10,000 hours before you become an expert. And yes, you can work harder. You can, put more time into it so you get to the 10,000 hours faster.
Yeah.
But everybody has to get there.
Yeah. 100%.
What I also love about what you're doing, Belinda, is I feel like you don't learn it in school,
Yeah.
and you don't learn it in college, and you don't learn it at wherever you're learning your skill set.
Yeah.
It's almost like life skills that everyone needs to have and know, and tips that can help you just get on with your life in a more positive way. And I
Yeah.
think that's
I think,
such a
I
amazing
do
thing.
think things are changing slowly. Um, like, I've got some team members with children, and their kids, like, they do yoga. And they'll go, like, I think I gave one of them a gift on Christmas, and they're girls, but they were these robots that, like, fight, and they just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And she was like, my happy bucket is so full. So I think that the language is changing, which is really nice. But definitely, like, it blows my mind that it's not. the first thing that people are doing in our industry, actually. Like, my goal is to reach every single learner. And it's needed. It really is needed. I know some people need more support than others, and you might think some people, and I don't mean this to sound horribly, but sometimes you do look and think, are they worth my energy and my time? But you know, you have to try. And I do believe like you can only give so much as well. So I think if you give the knowledge, what I'm giving, and the support, the rest has to come from them. And then it's up
Absolutely.
to them. But, you know, to give them all the tools is all you can do. You know, I've learned that the hard way being a salon owner. You know, sometimes it breaks your heart a little bit, and it's hard not to get too involved and too emotional. But I think now I've got the knowledge, I can see what's mine and what's theirs. But they've
Yeah.
got to have it all in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you feel has been your biggest learning as a salon owner that you take from this?
I think what I just said actually was the hard, like, I've got such good relationships with my team, and I'm really proud of it. Like, we've had the salon 18 years, I've had team members for 15 years. The times it's hurt the most is when an apprentice wants to give up halfway through. I've struggled with that. But now I'm starting to learn and give the space to them to make the choices for themselves, but really mean it. Like I've said before, like, you know, is this really for you? Do you want to keep going? And you can tell that they want to please you and say what you want to hear. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I feel more mature, and I think with my stylist, like, I've allowed them. One girl was quite unhappy, and I said to her, look, like, we don't normally do this, but you could take a month off January, as long as we plan it. You can go traveling, you can come back. Everybody's different. She ended up going for a year, fully left, and I emotionally fully let her go. But then she came back, was still very unsure of what to do. And I said, look, will you just help us out for Christmas? Um, and then, yeah, she's ended up buying a house and staying full time, you know? And I
Oh,
just think it's having those relationships and just allowing people to live their lives. You don't own anybody. And I think I do
absolutely.
really care about their, like, I found what makes me truly happy and fulfilled. It really matters to me that, and it's not always what suits us, but when you get it right, it can come back to you. And it was really unexpected that she came back full time. And now I'm able to do more my stuff, you know, because of it. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice. That's
thank
really
you.
nice to hear. When when you go, I know like it's very, everything's personal, right? Everyone is very different.
Yeah.
What would you say are like kind of top three things that you would, maybe top three tips of someone like going through that journey? Like, because I'm sure like a lot of apprentices, like they would have these thoughts. They would be like, oh, is this right for me? Do I want to do this? So what are the top three things you would tell them so that they can work it through themselves, working out themselves?
So to like stay committed to the end.
I mean, it's not even like staying committed. It's more like kind of figuring out what they want. Getting the right mindset.
Okay, so just having, I think you've got my top thing is you've got to invest in yourself. So you've got to invest in yourself and know that you're doing it for you, and it's going the extra mile. It's not complaining that you're 10 minutes late helping somebody else, being proud to be a team member, um, you know, and really kind of like getting to the end of the day and going, you know, I worked hard today, rather than thinking it's a negative thing to work hard. Like, be really proud of it and proud that you're a good team member. Kindness is everything. And you've got to not be afraid to fail. You've got to allow yourself to make mistakes, but also know that, like, use the people around you. They are there to support you. They've got the experience. You don't have to take that call with an angry customer all by yourself and hide it. Like, you know, pass it on. So I always say to them, you're not on your own. We've got your back. We're here for you. But it works both ways. They've got to be really truthful and honest with you too. And I think all of those things make you your character. Your character is so much in your mindset, I think, because if you're happy and you're kind and you're open to make mistakes and learn from them, think you're halfway there, really.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I really
I
like
agree.
that.
Thank you.
Because also, I do think that some people think they have to like push ahead, like to get ahead, they have to kind of step on people's toes. And I think that you're right, you don't actually. And people, if you're nice,
Yeah.
people get it from you. What do you do if you're working, or have you ever worked with many people that are kind of solo entrepreneurs, that don't perhaps have that immediate team right behind them?
I would say connect with groups, whether it's Facebook, in person. Somebody gave me a great tip recently where you could go on to your local, is it Eventbrite? And
Yeah.
you can go onto there and find groups and just meet as many people as you can and network. Try and do like one or two a week, depending on how much time you have. But in the hair and beauty industry in particular, I would say find all the brands that you love and then find your tribe through them, or find a mentor. But I think reading books as well, like, really open your mind. Um, whether it's because business is a huge part as well, knowing your numbers, because at the minute the industry it's harder to make money. So I think knowing your numbers is essential. Um, but yeah, I think you've just got to not be scared. Reach out to people and find what you have in common, and tell them who you are. Just say, look, do you want a coffee via Zoom? Do you want to meet up? I feel we're interested in the same things. I think you've just got to. I don't know. I don't feel like it's hard to make friends, but you've got to not be shy. I'm
Yeah.
constantly messaging people on LinkedIn and saying like, just want you to make aware of what I do and who I am. Lovely to connect with you. Just as simple as that.
Yeah. And what's the worst that's going to happen? They're not going to reply.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
move on. You weren't speaking to them anyway, so you can find somebody else that will reply.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's genuinely caring and knowing that you can add value, whether it's your experience or a great conversation, or I feel like every single therapist and hairdresser has something they're more passionate about than somebody else, and that's their secret sauce.
Yeah. We recently exhibited at Professional Beauty, and one of the pieces of advice someone gave on the panel talk that we did was that if you're working on your own, the advice was more for if you want to kind of boost your business if you're working alone. But the piece of advice was message local people that work near you that might be doing something within a similar space
Yeah.
but a different thing. So you might be working in nails, but there could be a hairdresser that you could do a collaboration with, or there could be a brow expert that you could maybe do an event together
Yeah.
with, or a local coffee shop that you could do. And I think things like that are really great ways for you to make new customers, but also to make new friends in the industry, but you can actually all benefit from it. And I loved that. It was
A
a
hundred
really
percent.
nice thing.
And I think having like you can have like your business card on your phone now, like a QR code that you can make it so easy where you just tap someone else's phone. And I found customers at the bus stop.
Does your booking system still suck? Then you should look into Jenna.
Hey, I'm Jen, and I'm the founder of Jenna. We created Jenna specifically for solo business owners. We know how hard it is to build your own business, and without the right tools, it's even harder. Booking systems suck because they're designed for big salons. They're complicated, they have expensive monthly fees, and loads of hidden fees. And that's why we built Jenna.
With Jenna, you can look professional with a professionally designed website where you need no tech skills.
Jenna also helps you get your evenings back, because on average, beauty pros spend 45 minutes going back and forth with their clients. With Jenna, you can set your boundaries. Our system takes bookings, sets reminders, and handles payments automatically.
And with Jenna, we know how important it is for you to build your own brand with your own website, which is fully customizable. You don't sit next to your competitors on a marketplace, and we make sure that you stand out to your clients.
And the best is that it's only £19 per month. That's it.
No way!
With Jenna, there are no new client fees, no hidden fees, and no unexpected big bills at the end of the month.
This sounds too good to be true, but it's not. So check it out on jenna.so or look for @jenna.ai_ on Instagram.
Yes, check out Jenna on the App Store as well. Yeah, tell me about this, your podcast, the Learner's Voice podcast. I think this is fascinating.
Yeah,
What are you
so
talking about on it? Like, what are the topics you cover?
yeah, so God, everything. I really love people and I love their stories, no matter where they're from. So it's a couple of things. The brand and the core message is still there, that I want to sort of empower people to reach the success that they all deserve. And I love giving other people opportunity and platforms. And I think we learn as much from our learners as we teach them. So the idea was to take different people's stories up and down the country, make other learners feel less alone, but also other people coming into the industry might relate to that particular episode. So the first lady that we interviewed was 57 and she was a nurse, and she decided to go into hairdressing. So she busts all the myths of what it takes to be a hairdresser, what that looks like, all the perceptions that could stop you and how she overcome them. That was amazing. And then the second guy I interviewed was, he'd give up his A-levels to go into barbering. And obviously everything that comes with that. Again, it's other people's perceptions. Our industry's so amazing, and there's so still that kind of thing of if you're more academic, that there's a different route that would be better for you rather than what you actually enjoy. So yeah, and there's loads of other learners in the industry that have like done world skills competitions, AHT competitions. Yeah, so, and it's a collaboration with Concept Hair. So they're a brilliant brand of the magazine, and their magazines go out to all the colleges. So just having them support it and telling people about it is amazing. So yeah, really, really excited for the journey. I'm kind of learning as I go. And it's just so lovely for everyone involved. I think the lecturers will have, and the salon owners have kind of got somewhere to signpost. It's taken the pressure off them a little bit, where they can get motivated and hear other people. It's just a win-win for everyone, and I'm loving it.
No, this is amazing. It's so great to hear. Like, and it's always so. I love when you talk about like kind of stories and how people have like been able to like overcome the challenges to go and do what they're really passionate about. Like, yeah, I can definitely resonate with the nurse that became a hairdresser. Like, we have a few on Jenna that have gone through that same journey actually.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated. It's so good, and you probably really need like a strong mindset to do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And in the nursing in the NHS, she was quite high up in the NHS, and some people really, and it was this is what I'm saying, it was their perceptions of, they almost felt like she was downgrading her life, whereas they completely missed the point that when you find pure joy in something, that's what you're looking for. Status, she's really could see how her old job was gonna help her in a new venture. Do you know what I mean?
yes.
You don't lose it all. You bring it with you, the best parts, I think.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Talking about like mindset and your cards, like, can you? I think what would be really helpful is give our audience like a bit of an idea of what is in the cards.
Yeah,
So
I can read some.
yeah, but I mean, I think like maybe like just pick like maybe what is your favorite card?
My favourite card is probably the grit card, because I'm all about finding the secrets of what success is. And this lady, Angela Duckworth, she did a TED talk. It is on YouTube. I think it's on my website as well. And she followed loads of learners for a long time, like 5 or 6 years, all different backgrounds, to find out what the secret to success was. Like, was it the rich kids that got further ahead? And it had nothing to do with any of that. It was basically having grit and doing something over a long period of time no matter what. So whether it was for the day, week, month, or year, and finally getting to your goal. And it had absolutely nothing to do with where they were from or how much money they had, depending on how much grit they have. And I think that's a really empowering lesson when you feel less than other people. And a lot of the cards talk about all the stuff around fear of failure, because that's so important when you're learning. And then the money mindset cards I love, because that's so important. Like having a good money mindset and your perceptions around retail and sales. I think because if you're taught it, if you're educated in it, you learn to enjoy it and see it for what it is. It's not like a bad thing. But investing in yourself as well. There's just so many messages
Yeah,
throughout
no,
the
of course,
whole.
this is amazing. And I saw you were grabbing your cards. Do you think you could read one out loud
Yeah.
for us? I think it would really give the audience an idea of like, okay, what is in this card and how can it change your mindset in the moment when you read them?
Okay, so, because if you imagine a learner that's never joined the industry before, they could read all of these cards and instantly have an idea of what's expected of them. And they will come in the next day and be proactive. Like, it's really amazing. You can use them one-to-one, group discussion, or independent learning. When you're doing a one-to-one, I would do what I'm doing now. So I've got a folder, and I would flick through and see which cards resonate, because every week's completely different on your journey. So this journal one here
Yes.
says you must be clear on your personal goals and the reasons why you want to achieve them, why you're working so hard. So that's a great one for reflection. I've got a task card. Set up your digital collection of your work on your phone or computer. It's good to look back and see how far you've come, add to it often, and keep it up to date.
That's very good. So it's like
Yeah.
it's really kind of practical tips around like what you can do and also like kind of getting you into the mindset of like reflection and thinking.
Yeah, and then this one here, the learn card. So they're the golden nuggets of information. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Acknowledge the problem as soon as possible, inform your manager, and remember to be truthful and kind. So there's so much conversation that can be had around that, whether it's one-to-one or a team. So you could have had a situation where they might have tried to hide something, and then you can pull this card. And when you give it to someone, it's almost like they're taking responsibility as well. It's quite tactile. It's a great way to communicate. It's not confrontational. They're just really thought-provoking and open up a lot of conversation.
So how do you recommend they use it? So is it like they would just pick a card randomly, look at it and see if it resonates, and if it doesn't, they just pick another one? Or is it like
Yeah.
the manager who would then have the cards and like you say, okay, you had this situation here, I give you this card and just think about it?
Yeah, there's so many different ways. So a learner can have a pack themselves, pick a card a day. They could have their favourite cards, carry them in their pocket, in their wallet, back of their phone. You could have a WhatsApp group as part of a team and just share the cards in there. I do like the folders because you can, as a manager, you can keep them all in one place. And if I was doing a one-to-one, I would just literally take 5 minutes before the meeting and I would flick through and pick out cards. I would put them out and say, right, which cards relate to you? Where do you think you can improve? And it kind of seeing if it matches what they're thinking matches to what you're thinking. But they are less confrontational. I think that's a really big thing when you're having meetings, because as soon as you say, I want a meeting, like nobody likes that, do they? But there's a worksheet that's free on the website to download that goes with it. So you would write out the cards so you can record which ones you've done, write down your thoughts on it, whether they've been discussed or they're your own, but then write a goal, plan and action, because the cards are great, but if you don't plan to do that affirmation or that task, they're pointless. And then there's a bit of accountability then on the worksheet.
And what's the impact you've seen on learners who have used those cards?
Yeah, like I feel I definitely get that they feel more supported. It's like a mentor in a box, and that lesson really carries through that whole don't be afraid to fail, to get forward. Um, and there's a particular card in there, task card, which encourages you to write to people in the industry. So it says like write to 10 people a year, ask for opportunities to work alongside. And that card gets anybody excited, whether you're a learner or you've been in the industry for a long time. That card alone, you will see a huge difference in your career. Do you know what I mean? So I know they work. If you take action on every single card, your career has to change. It has to get more exciting and more variety.
Do you have like a success story you can share of someone who's gone through that process and you've been like, wow, this really transformed their career?
And yeah, I just think I did a talk for the Fellowship of Hairdressing last year. And there's a lovely girl called Meg Piper. She does a lot of hair for London Fashion Week. And she again busts all the myths around what you should look like, and like she has her own vibe, piercings, green hair, like she's really cool. And yeah, she took that card and wrote that. So I will have to chase up exactly what came of it. But I know other learners that have done it and then they've gone like a few hours away from where they live. So like say Birmingham or Durham, and gone to another salon and had an opportunity. So yeah, it's lovely to watch.
That sounds great. So how do they access this? So this is like, so you buy the pack of cards. Do you also have a course, right? I believe, which goes with
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, so the course normally a salon owner would book that. I do one-to-one mentoring as well. They would just email me on training@belindamindset.com or DM me in @belindamindset. And just honestly, there's so much free as well. Like I'm definitely a brand that gives value. It's not all about what's in it for me. So there's so much on the website, like recommended books, listen to the podcast. I definitely think that will inspire you. Like you got really excited hearing about, Linda's story. And yeah, that's about it really.
That's amazing. I mean, yeah. So if you want to hear more about Belinda, belindamindset.com, that's the website. There's
Yeah,
tons of free resources, right? On there.
in the store. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you
Scroll.
feel like you need a bit of a boost or you're in the dark place, like go there and there will be like kind of questions that will start making you think and make you reflect and shift that mindset into like a more positive space. They can message you at Belinda Mindset on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's correct.
that's right.
And otherwise email at training@belindamindset.com.
Yes. I mean, I love writing education. I love working with brands and creating bespoke cards as well. It's endless where it could go, really. Yeah. So I would love to do a lot more with different brands as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so great to hear. I mean, Belinda, thank you so much for your time. I think we can feel the passion from your personal story, telling us about like where you started, how you went from through your journey, and how this really kind of fits in so nicely with what you're about
Yeah.
helping people achieve their potential. I think those cards are really kind of the materialization of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for coming on the pod and sharing your story.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.